Hello. Hi. Welcome to our tarot spread of today. And what I'm going to be doing today is a Pisces season tarot spread. Now, today is Monday, March 10th, and I actually meant to do this last week on my birthday, which was Thursday, March 6th, but too many things were going on, so I decided to go ahead and do it today when I had a little bit more time to devote to the spread. So, first thing I'm going to do is kind of explain to you how you can use astrology with tarot or oracle cards. So, at the beginning of each astrological season, we are in Pisces season now. And because I'm a Pisces, I'm very excited about that. And it's a very interesting time for me. You can do different tarot and oracle spreads during this time. Each astrological sign in each season kind of thematically around that particular astrology sign. So Pisces is emotion and intuition. So I'm going to share with you real quick what the spread actually looks like. So what we have here is, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards that we're going to pull today. Okay. They're going to revolve around tapping into our intuition, trusting our intuition, what our current energy is, how we can become an observer of that energy and of ourselves, how we can stay grounded, and how we can trust the flow. Okay? So just take a quick look at that again. Tapping into intuition, trusting it, your current energy, becoming an observer. And this could be regarding yourself or even events and experiences around you. How to stay grounded and how to trust the flow. Okay, so the card deck that I'm going to use today is one of my favorites, the Light Seers. Okay, I've been using the traditional tarot cards for our Tarot Tuesdays, and I will continue to do that for a little while. But this is one of my favorite, I guess, non-traditional tarot cards. And I really love the art and the inspiration behind each card. Same concept, same 78 cards, same major arcana, same minor arcana, and court cards, just a little different take on it, okay? So now, because the way this is set up, you won't be able to actually see the spread because my desk is down here. Then I will hold up each card and I will refer back to the spread diagram whenever we need. So I'm going to clear my deck, shuffle my deck. Now, if I were doing this face to face with you, obviously you would be able to see the spread as we put that out. Okay. Little shuffle. If I had sophisticated camera working going on, you could see everything, but we're not quite there yet. All right. Okay. All right, so the first card I'm going to pull is about tapping into intuition. Intuition is a big deal for me, as I'm sure you know, and intuition is an important tool in our lives that we can use to figure out how to align with our higher selves. Okay, so our first card is the Fool. Now, if you've watched any of my previous Tarot Tuesdays, in the very first session that I had, I talked about each of the tarot cards. And the Fool is really the beginning, okay? She is the beginning of the tarot card journey. Each of the cards tells a story. Each of the suits tells a story. And the Fool is the very beginning of the story and the journey. So how can we use the Fool to tap into our intuition in this current time? So this is a time of risk. There's a little bit of an element of danger going on, but there are also new beginnings. There's a sense of innocence and there's a sense of adventure. So, tapping into your intuition can be difficult for some of us because we're not really sure how to do it, what to do with it once we are able to do that. So, we're taking a little bit of a risk, stepping outside of ourselves to look inward and see what our intuition holds for us. So, I'm going to take a look at the guidebook to give us a little bit more insight for this particular deck for the Fool. So, again, new beginnings, potential adventures, enthusiasms, awakening, innocence, and optimism. So, every dream achieved begins with the seemingly foolish notion that there is something bigger out there, something greater to explore and to become. So, this is where our intuition comes into effect. So, let's say that you've been on a journey of self-discovery or spiritual development. This is telling you that you're going in the right path and that you are ready for this adventure. This adventure is tapping into your intuition currently and really aligning with what your soul is meant to do and what it's meant to be. Okay? So that's our first card in the spread. The second card in our spread is going to be about trusting that intuition. So we're starting the journey. We are trusting our intuition. We are a little bit excited. We are a little bit apprehensive. We're not really sure what exactly we want to do. So how do we trust that what we are doing is correct? And how do we trust that we are on the right path? So that's what this card is going to tell us. And this card is the Moon. Okay? The Moon right here. So right off the bat, you can see from the Moon that she's kind of hanging there, right? She's below the water surface and everything's above her, including the Moon. So this creates a bit of an illusion for her, okay? She can see the Moon, but she's below the surface. It also represents darkness, perhaps, and fear of the unknown, but it also represents our dreams. So we're already taking a bit of a risk here with our intuition and tapping into it. Now, what do we do in order to trust it? So how do we get past that illusion that we actually can trust our intuition? How do we get past that fear that we actually can trust our intuition? So we're going to go to, the guidebook for a little bit more information. So illusions, as I said, hidden truths, the unknown. So tapping in and now learning how to trust could be a completely unknown thing for you. Facing your fears, the watery nature of your unconscious mind. Our intuition is conscious, but it stems from our unconscious mind. Mystery, symbolism, metaphor, perception, uncertainty, and dreams. So how can we trust our intuition once we begin to tap into it? And it's all about facing fears. So if you have any fears of what your unconscious mind might hold for you, it's time to be able to let those go. When we're faced with uncertainty and illusion, it can feel like we are drowning. Trust that you will be okay, even if you can't seem to distinguish up from down right now. So this is about feeling safe, reaching new levels of unconsciousness so that you can tap in and trust the intuition, and knowing you can surrender to the will of the universe. That's a big part of intuition as well. The universe knows what you want, and the universe is striving to give it to you at all times. So by tapping into the universe and what is inside of you and what works best for you, you'll be able to get the things that you want. You will be able to achieve the goals because the universe is always working in your favor. So our next card that we're going to pull is about our current energy. So if you're watching this and you have a particular situation that you're applying to the spread that you want to use your intuition, whether it is setting a goal or moving forward or ending a relationship, anything like that. So this is your current energy surrounding this particular situation and how you are going to deal with it. What energy surrounds you currently right now? So for this, we have the Four of Pentacles. You can see that beautiful card. Again, I just absolutely love the artwork in this. It's just stunning. So the Pentacles are one of the four suits in the tarot deck, and they represent finances. You can see that they look like coins. Finances, earth elements, and material things, okay? And the four in particular represents security. So you can see that she's got a purse here, and she has the coins, and she's holding it close to her, okay? So she feels secure. She feels like she's able to look away from the purse that she's holding near her that has her possessions or financial wealth in it, because she feels secure in where she is. This could also represent that she's holding on a little too tightly, that maybe she feels like things are a little scarce, so I need to keep this close, and I'm watching around me to make sure that it is safe. It also represents stability, or sometimes a energy of hoarding. Like you're keeping things around because you're afraid that someday they're going to be scarce. And this is kind of a weird time in our world right now where you might be feeling something close to that. This also can represent your inability to be flexible and your need for control. So if you're listening to the spread, thinking about this spread in terms of, yes, I do want to go forward with developing and trusting my intuition, but I'm scared. I'm afraid that it's going to open me up to vulnerability, that I'm going to lose things that are important to me, and I don't know if it's going to make me stable. So maybe this energy is flowing around you. Maybe it isn't. Maybe this doesn't resonate with you, but it's still the energy that's flowing here in our spread. So when we go to the Four of Pentacles in the guidebook, saving, success, generosity, accepting your worth, being in flow with the universe. So that touches back to what I mentioned with the last card of the universe is always working for you. Remain in a good flow with it, and achieving your goals and your dreams won't be as difficult. Be grateful. Have feelings of gratitude, and also make sure that you are able to help others whenever they are in need. So you're building your life coin by coin is what this card is telling us. And you've reached a moment of stability. So even though you may feel unstable and fearful, you have actually reached a point where you are stable enough to go forward. So getting here signifies an interval, when you can rest, reevaluate, and take stock. Likely you are being reminded to double check those foundations and to save some money for a rainy day. So perhaps this is financial with your goals. And the affirmation is to remember to live an abundant life and understand that you have more than what you need because you have the universe working in your favor. Okay? So our next card is about how to become an observer. So we're progressing through our feelings of intuition, trust, and stability. And now we want to just kind of become an observer so that we're more in flow with the universe. And what that says to me too is that being an observer is a form of mindfulness. Just simply observing our own thoughts, the thoughts of others, and not allowing that to bring you down, but just observing how you're going to react to that. So how can you be supported in simply observing? simply observing what is coming your way, how you can lead an abundant life. So we're doing a lot of pentacles apparently in this particular spread. So we have the 5 of pentacles. So we're still in the realm of material wealth, finances, material possessions. So how does the 5 of pentacles represent for us how we can observe? The 5 of pentacles represents loss. You can see in this card that there is a feeling of loss happening here for this person. This could be material loss. This could be financial hardship, okay? This could represent not asking for help when you need it and having a hard time asking for help. Rejection and insecurity. So this may be the opposite. I feel like the opposite of what we just discussed with the current energy, but this leads, it's a pendulum back and forth in our times today, where we live in a period of stability and then we're pulled right back out to a feeling of instability. And there's a lot of financial loss in the world right now, a lot of loss of material possessions. And while we teach ourselves to not be so caught up in the material possessions, to be grateful for the immaterial things that we have that are important to us, like our relationships and our relationship with ourselves, there can often be a time where you're going to go through a period of financial loss. And since we seem to be focused on the finance and the material possessions in this spread, this is something to consider. These times are going to happen, but how do you pull yourself out of it and simply observe, okay, this is happening, but it's not going to last forever. So if we go into the 5 of Pentacles description, it is a financial, or it can even be health difficulties. Feeling left out, worrying about your security, a chance to clear energy blockages. Oh, my glasses are really dirty, I'm sorry. So if you are having financial difficulties or financial hardships, there could be an abundance blockage that you are experiencing right now, and you might not even be fully aware of it. It's time to squarely address any feelings about safety and security that have you worried about your own well-being. Are you stressed about your finances or your health? Or are you feeling left out from the prosperity that others seem to enjoy? Sometimes we can look at others and compare ourselves. But how about if we switch that and flip the script to just observing? Okay, that person has something going very well for them, and I'm happy for them, but that's not me. But I don't need to compare myself to them. So that's how I switch into the energy of being an observer. So the affirmation for this card is: doors that activate magical opportunities are always opening for me. So you may feel despair, you may feel instability, and that's quite normal. But the universe is going to take care of you through that. Okay? So the next card in the spread that we have is how we can stay grounded through all this. So we're feeling a lot right now. This spread is bringing out a lot of material and stable issues. When you don't feel stable, you are not grounded. Stability and grounding obviously go together. So when you're not feeling stable about any area in your life, your head could be in the clouds. You could be walking through things without much, I don't want to say intelligence, but without much care to reality. When we get caught up and we're not observing, when we get caught up in our own despair or our own fears, then that causes us to not be able to see the forest through the trees, as they say. So let's see how we can stay grounded with this energy flowing. How can we maintain our stability? Where do we find that? So the card that I pulled for that is the King of Cups. He looks pretty content, doesn't he? He looks like he's meditating. He looks happy. He just looks very, very happy. So the cups represent emotions, okay? The cups, ironically, are tied to Pisces astrologically. Pisces, Aquarius, the water signs. All of our emotions are tied up in cups. So anytime you pull cup cards, you are dealing with emotional things, whether that's emotional stability or whatnot. It is an emotional thing. And obviously, when we're not feeling stable or grounded, our emotions aren't going to be as controllable, I guess. And you don't want to just control your emotions, you want to be able to get them out, but you also don't want them to go haywire, if that makes sense. So the King of Cups is very wise. He knows how to feel and honor his emotions. He has empathy. There's an older energy about the King of Cups. Very wise. He's been through things and he knows how to deal with them. So he knows how to stay grounded. You can even really see that in this card itself. He knows, he's been through the ringer and he knows how to get himself back, okay? So when we go to the King of Cups, love, emotional intelligence, patience, experience, stability and balance, creativity, diplomacy, someone who is supportive, can be nurturing, and is a wise leader. So in this, I love this description. I will read it to you as I hold the card up. Okay? He softens his gaze and reaches for his singing bowl. So he's very mindful. He's very intentional with what he is doing with his actions. When something unexpected comes into the King of Cups awareness, something that may shake another person's composure and send them into a state of stress or anger, he regulates his emotional state with his mature, practice, meditative energy. This card is about balance, finding balance in your emotions, understanding your emotions, but not allowing them to take control of you. Okay? And this is how we stay grounded. Very simply. We ground ourselves in our emotions, in our own intelligence. We honor our emotions. We don't try to suppress them, throw them away. Hey, they're there. I'm not going to become incredibly caught up in them. I'm going to be an observer, but I'm emotionally intelligent enough to be able to stay where I need to be grounded in this. Okay? Our final card is trusting the flow. How do we trust the flow through all of this? So the flow of this spread, intuition, emotions, material, I almost said marital, but hey, that can be in there too, because, financial wealth can affect a marriage one way or another. So I guess that was kind of the universe talking through me right there. How to trust the flow of ourselves, the flow of our life, the flow of the universe. How do we do that right now? And we have the Six of Wands. Okay. This is another beautiful card with some wonderful artwork right there. The Six of Wands. Now, for wands, we've had a couple of cups. We've had one cup, and we've had the pentacles, the financial part. The wands are a fire element, and they represent our creativity and our determination. Okay, so you can see here that she's feeling creative. She's feeling in touch with the universe, with her arms stretched towards the sky and the light flowing in and through her. She's feeling as if she is in the right place. And this card represents recognition. Okay? Allowing yourself to be celebrated, going with the flow, achieving success and appreciation. So this represents where you're going in this particular spread's journey. Represents where you are going and where you will end up. So what the Light Seer's Guidebook tells us for the Six of Wands is badass success, leadership, accomplishment, being seen, becoming an influencer, victory, optimism, and inspiring others. So relish the sweetness of this victory. This is where you're going to end up. Something that you've been working on and working towards is finally coming to a successful fruition, and it's time to celebrate your wins. So the affirmation for this is, I am worthy of this success, and I am grateful that I am seen. So I'm trusting in the flow. I'm being seen. I know that I will have the emotional and the financial stability that I need to continue with what I'm doing and to stay in the flow. So I'm going to pull these out one more time in order and show you the spread. Share my screen with the spread one more time. And did I close it? No, I didn't close it. Let's see. Oh, there it went. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. All right. So we go up to the top again, and Pisces season is all about intuition and emotions and trusting ourselves, right? So first we have the Fool, tapping into our intuition. It can be scary, it can be weird, but if we truly want to achieve our goals and trust in the universe, that's where we start. We have the Moon telling us to trust our intuition. Yes, it can be scary. It can feel like a big illusion when you're not really sure what it is that you're doing, but you want to be able to do it, and you want to be able to trust. And in the next card, our current energy revolves around the potential of scarcity and the balance between I'm happy with where I am and I'm not quite sure. How to become an observer is how we're going to put aside our fears and simply look and not compare ourselves and not feel as if we're in a state of loss. How to stay grounded, we're going to channel the King of Cups. We're going to channel our wisdom and our sense of what has gone right for us in the past. And finally, trusting the flow, the Six of Wands, where we feel seen and we feel that we have accomplished what we want to accomplish, and we are deserving, very deserving of recognition and credit for this. Okay? So there you have it. I really enjoyed this spread with you. I appreciate your time. I want to give credit to Sunny Sink. She is the creator of the Tarot Practice Academy and the creator of this particular tarot spread. So thank you, Sunny, for sharing that with me. I hope you all enjoyed this spread. I hope that it resonated with you in some way. If it doesn't, that's fine. Maybe you can look back on this video at a different time during Pisces season or whenever the spirit moves you and kind of feel into what you need from it. Okay. If you are interested in personalized readings, we can definitely do that. So just reach out to me and let me know if that's something you're interested in. Next Tarot Tuesday is coming up, I believe the 28th or the 21st is our next one. So next Tuesday. So I look forward to seeing you then. And thank you so much for joining me today. Have a blessed, blessed day.